The project finance pipeline, right now you have the government bid for renewable energy, 1 gigabyte. All those projects have to be done to start, they have to finish it. So, but they bid for the PPAs. That is one of the key points for any project finance. Right now, the financings perhaps is the most difficult thing to answer, because they have to finish all the project and to see how they are going to implement it and how they are going to finance it. Some of them have financing with multilaterals, some others from the companies where the provider is. So, but it's a quite new. It's a very good prospectus for the next year. 60%, around 60% is for windmills. This will be located in the southern part of Argentina, Patagonia, province de La Pampa, and Mendoza. And you also have biomass, and you also have solar energy, where that is located near the Andes, in the northwest of the region of the Argentina. It's quite difficult because the only project that's gone to the market was, let's say, 5 years ago. So they have to start building up all that. We have experience because we rate several thermal projects. So the only wind farm that goes to the market, some nuclear ones. Some of them, they have a warranty from the government, but otherwise was only the PPA, that is the power purchase agreement that they have with CAMESA. The CAMESA is the whole energy, let's say, clearinghouse. But the finance we have saw is the traditional one from all the parts of the world. Really, we haven't reinvented the wheel, so they are trying to do it as traditional as always. Well, the biggest driver is necessity. Today, you have the infrastructure has been depleted from several years. You don't have investment in that. You have to rebuild or re-establish railways to easy or to reduce the cost of transport from the good from the inner part of the Argentina to the ports. You need energy. An energy producer, you really have a very huge lag on that. You need to build that. You also need to build for transportation of the energy, and also for the distribution. So in energy, you have the three parts: generation, transportation, and distribution. Transportation, you need railways. There's the project Belgrano. It has one of the idea is to rebuild or reestablish all the railway grid in Argentina. Sorry, in the northern east-west part. And the other thing you need also is roads. You have most of the 80% of the transportation, around 80% of the transportation of goods in Argentina is done by truck. Is nonsense. So the government is trying to reduce this cost of transportation via generating new ways of transport. This is railway mostly. And in some parts, if the river can be used, there's also. Every law has to be regulated and has a certain time to mature. So the PPP law, I think, it will create a framework, but then it depends on the government to start bidding and using it to start building the infrastructure that they need. So there are going to be two ways. One is that you create the framework, but the framework has to mature. You have to set up, you set up all the things, but you need to be practical. Fitch has a report on PPPs that is very good. It's from 2013. That is all the lessons learned from PPP. Everyone that is interested, it's very good to see it, because they take the experience around the globe about the PPPs and what have been done to reinforce this framework and to be a very good way to finance project finance in the future. We have in the Southern Corn, we have Uruguay has experience on PPPs. They have issued several. Also, they have a CDO structure where they invest in structured finance, that they will invest in project finance, but sponsored by multilateral. But they already have a run almost 3 or 5 years from experience. So here you have to build it. Nothing is going from one day to another.